This conference will now be recorded. This
So,
conference will now be recorded.
hi all, good evening, good morning, everyone. So, welcome to the demo of Selenium with Java test automation. So, before we get started into the topic, I would like every one of you to introduce yourself so that we can get to know from which background here and where you are so that we can drive the course accordingly. Can anyone start? Deepika, Nilanjana, Banapriya, can anyone get started?
Hi, I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
start.
go Charan. Yeah, go
Yeah, hi.
Charan.
My name is Charan Pal, and I'm located in Dallas, Texas. I have an extensive IT background of 18 years, mostly in the performance testing side, and I've been
Mm-hmm.
working on LoadRunner and Jmeter tools. And currently, I'm looking for a job, and so I just wanted to enhance my knowledge on Selenium and Java application, Java
Mm-hmm.
programming language. So that's why I'm joining this batch.
Wonderful, wonderful, Charan. Wonderful, Charan. So it will be a very useful shift for you in terms of job because having a candidate who is having, I mean, having a candidate who has both performance and automation is a plus as an asset for any organization. So definitely you're in the right place, I would say. So anyone else? Satish, Prasanna, Banu? Yes, Stretch, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Sabha and I'm from Pakistan. I'm interested in learning this Java Selenium. Currently, I'm
Mm-hmm.
working as a QA, but mostly my task is related to manual testing. But it's my
Mm-hmm.
job requirement to shift to automation. So that's why I wanted to
Yeah,
enroll in the course. So I
yeah,
have
yeah.
heard about this institution. It's a good one. So I hope to learn from this. Thank you.
Sure, sure. You're definitely in the right platform to learn the stuff. If you don't mind, can you change your name? I mean, is this your name? It's fine if it's some other name. Can you please change it? Okay. Now next, Banu. Deepika, yeah, go ahead, Deepika.
Yeah, hi all. Myself Deepika. I have around 9 years of experience as a QA. So it is completely manual testing right now, and also I'm looking for a job from next month. So before that, I just want to upskill my career like by learning automation. So I'm very much interested and excited to start with automation testing.
Oh, that's really good to hear. And trust me, you're in the right place to learn the subject because whatever the course we have designed as per the office, I mean, as per the industry standards, not like we teach something and we do something which is as per the standard pattern. Whatever we teach, if we feel like some latest additions have been added by the Selenium team during this 1 month of time, also we'll be covering those kind of contents also. Like if they release some new features like in Selenium or some Java, we'll also discuss those kind of contents so that it will be beneficial for you in your job as well as in your interview process. Yeah, Prasanna, Suresh, Nilesh, Archit, I guess.
Yeah,
Can
my
anyone?
Yeah, myself Suresh, and I'm having 12 plus years of experience in manual testing and also automation
Mm-hmm.
testing. So I just want to refresh my automation skill because last 3 years I've been in manual testing. So I just want
Mm-hmm.
to refresh the skills, and also I just want to know more about the automation, like in terms of framework level, like architecture level. I want to learn. So that's the reason I
Sure,
joined this class.
sure, man. Definitely,
Hi.
definitely.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hi, Rahul.
Hi.
Yeah,
Hello.
MP, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, I am Manokna. I'm having around 8 years of experience in performance testing using LoadRunner and Jmeter tools. I
Mm-hmm.
want to enhance my skills in Selenium automation. So I'm excited to learn this.
Sure. Thank you, thank you. If you could change your name, that would be great for me to call you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thank you. And
Am I
who is the
audible?
next one? Prasanna,
Hi,
yes, Prasanna.
hi. This is Prasanna,
Mm-hmm.
and I have experience almost 3 years as a system associate. So I
Mm-hmm.
want to learn Selenium or like automation Selenium to update my skills.
Mm-hmm.
So I came.
Okay. You want to upgrade your skills. So nice. So anyone else? Like last two, three people, then we'll get started.
Uh,
Hi.
Hi.
One by one. Yeah, Redaya.
No, that this is not idea. This is Praveen. So yeah, I have total 10 plus years of experience in NFT side. So
Mm-hmm.
currently we have automation projects are there. So I'm looking into these automation skills. So I'm searching so many institutes, but this is the current. So this is the correct way. Good institute. I heard so many friends and my lead also. So I'm looking this one also.
Sure, Praveen. If you could change your name, that would be very easy for me to call you. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Prashant, go ahead. Okay. Archit, someone was ready to speak.
Yeah, my name is Arshit Goel, and I'm having near about total 5 years of experience. I've worked on
Mm-hmm.
in MNCs as well as product-based companies, majorly working on the manual testing and on the client flows as well as the security testing. So just want to upgrade my skills in the automation testing. That's why I came to learn. Yeah.
Sure, Archit. Sure. So,
Hi.
yeah. Hi, Satish.
Hi. Yeah. Hi. Myself Satish. I have 4.5 years of experience in manual plus automation. So I have to
Mm-hmm.
brush up my skills in Selenium with Shodan. So that
Okay.
is useful for my future uh,
Sure.
upgradation.
Sure, Satish.
Thank you.
So, assuming that the lot of crowd is from IT background, and most of them are in manual or performance testing or different sorts of testing. So, definitely, this will be a really great addition for your careers because a person who has all different kinds of testing knowledge is more preferable than a person who has a single set of who has the knowledge on a single set of testing. So automation testing is one of the great value additions in the current scenario or in the current market. So let's get started. So before we jump into the subject about test automation or what we are going to learn, can you all tell me why test automation is important? Can you all tell me why test automation is becoming the need of the hour?
To
To
reduce
reduce the
reduce
time,
human effort.
One by one, please. Yeah, KP or Manokna.
To reduce human effort, time in terms
Okay.
of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, KP. Someone was trying to say right, Suresh, KP, I don't know. What was it?
To be able to test many things at once, so you can have you can write a test case by the steps to recreate positive testing, negative testing, boundary value testing, and then just do it once and then automate that script many times.
Okay, Tejas. Anyone else would like to throw their insights? Anyone else, guys? Sabha, Kavita.
So avoid repetitive tasks like executing same set of test cases again and again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. So it saves time, it saves money, it saves a lot of efforts. You can execute the test cases in less amount of time. Yeah, these are all the valid points. And one more point I would like to add to all of your points is it improves the quality of the testing process. I would like to say this thing that it improves the quality of the testing process by doing more automation testing. So what can you infer from this diagram? Like you see the life of a manual tester and life of an automation engineer when the product is about to go live. So what can you infer from this image? Anyone? Nilanjana, Charan, Praveen, Prashant. Sorry, Prashant. Nilesh.
Manual tester is struggling and automation tester is enjoying his work.
Okay.
So manual tester is kind of doing the same task again and again, and he's been like a simple task which is taking a lot of time for him to complete, and you can see from the probably the pile of paperwork that he's been doing, doing the same monotonous job again and again. But an automated tester, he just automated the script or scenario, and then he's just enjoying his time by not doing the repetitive task again and again.
Amazing
And
observation, Charan.
sometimes
Yeah.
while we are doing manual testing, we might skip some scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
which
Okay.
we can better do a coverage in automated testing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And anyone else? One last time. Anyone else would like to throw their insights? So you see, like I mean, as all of you said, the last minute manual team has to do a lot of repetitive tasks. A lot of documentation is needs to be done once the product is about to go live. A lot of Excel reports to be submitted, a lot of documents to be submitted, and all this stuff. If you leave the testing part to the automation engineer, and if he keeps on executing it continuously, then as the testing team, I mean, the remaining manual testers can focus on the documentation part, giving the operational certification, like acceptance, submitting on the acceptance document, working on the operational acceptance document. All this stuff can be done. So that is what we do. That is what this image represents. So as you all told me why automation testing is important, like most of you have covered all this point, but for the sake of the class, I would like to repeat it once again. So reliability. What do you mean by this reliability? It performs the same operations each and every time they run, thereby eliminating human errors. Like if we want to run the same test case for 1,000 times as a human being, obviously we tend to make some mistake in the 100th run or the 200th run or the 300th run. But when you have a script ready in position for you, it always do the same thing again and again without making a mistake. Then comes the repeatability. What do you mean by repeatability? As I've told you, if I run the same test case for 1,000 times, we can also see how the software reacts under huge number of executions, how the software behaves. Does it break down? Does it behave in a different way? Or you can see, are you seeing any peculiar behavior in your application? So comprehensiveness. So we can build a suite of test cases that covers each and every corner of the application. So with the help of the automation testing, we can cover each and every corner of the application in less amount of time. So better quality software. You need to highlight this point. Ability to run more tests in less time with reduced team size. So this is the eye-catching point for any project manager, because what he wants to finish more tasks in less amount of time with reduced team size. These are the keywords that always a project manager looks out for. Why the project manager is more keen on this? Because if the task finishes in less time with less number of people, obviously you'll have a cost reduction. So when there's a when there's a reduced team size, then obviously you can show some profits to the company that in this project have shown this much profits, and I've shown that I've did finish this project testing with less number of people. So there's a lot of cost reduction, and in parallel to cost reduction, we can also improve the quality of the software. Then comes programmable, then comes reusability. So whatever the automation script that we write, we can execute the same script in different environments like set, UAT, pre-prod, no matter what. We can run the same script in 10 different environments, thereby to check whether the same case is working in different platforms or different environments or not. So execution of automation script is so fast that it finishes in a blink of an eye. By the time you just shift your focus from one place to another place, the automation execution gets completed. Then comes the programmability. What do you mean by this programmability? When we try to write the scripts for our automation for our test cases, we can also try to bring out some hidden information from the application. Like for suppose, in my experience, normally when you see the login screen, the animations come properly. But during my automation scripting, I felt like the animation is taking more slower than what is expected. Like actually it should happen in 5 seconds, but it has been taking 8 to 10 seconds. Now, how did I realize? By when I started scripting for that scenario, I got to know that the animation is taking 3 4 seconds extra. So we told this kind of observation to the development team, and they have worked on the performance part of it, and I fixed this issue. I hope everyone is clear with these points, or anyone would like to add their views, or anyone would like to add a few more points on this. Why automation testing is
Actually, a quick question, sir. Like, but like for automated tools, can you say that? It would be different whether it's web or mainframe or data, or is testing data, or it's all the same for everything?
no, it depends on website, depends for mainframe, different depends for packaged applications.
Uh-huh.
It varies from what kind of software you are working on. And mainframes requires different set of testing.
Uh-huh.
Packaged applications require different set of testing, and
Mm-hmm.
website mobile requires a different set of testings. And as you know, most of the applications that we are working on is more on the web-based applications, right? Not on the package-based or on the mainframes, right?
Oh, so it's not on the main. It wouldn't. But it's nothing to the mainframe aspect at all. At all.
No, no, no. There's not something the mainframe aspect at all. Whatever
Uh-huh.
the kind of automation testing like Selenium does, it generally covers only the website-based testing, website-based applications,
Website
not
based.
on the mainframes or packaged applications or desktop applications.
Got it. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Hmm. Yeah, anyone else have any questions or any points?
I think it is useful to test a scenario with multiple test data also.
Yes, exactly. Exactly, Kirti. That's also a point. Anyone else? Anyone else, guys? So, in continuation with the previous points, we can also see a wider test coverage. That means what? We can start scripting for large number of automation test cases over a period of time. Like the more number of cases you automate, it gives a wider range of cover. I mean, the more number of cases that are automated, it gives a wider range. I mean, it expands the range of testing. That means what? Whatever the cases that are automated will be taken care by the automation team, so that the manual team can increase the range of coverage. That means what? Since these cases are automated, the manual team will focus on giving more and more, focusing on giving new scenarios, focusing on preparing new set of test cases for all, so that we can avoid bugs, we can avoid major defects, we can avoid major financial losses. Yeah, accuracy. So the beauty of this automation testing is it executes the test cases with greater precision and avoids errors. It's not lower errors, it avoids errors than manual testing. Got it, guys? Like suppose out of 1000 test cases, if 800 test cases are automated, then as a manual team, you'll have to focus on those 200 test cases, and at the same time, you can inspect the application in a different way, so that you can build more scenarios, build more test cases, so that automation team can help us execute those kind of scenarios, so that it saves time, it saves effort, and we can focus on testing the application in a different creative ways, so that we can avoid bugs, defects, and all this stuff. Clear, guys? Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So if you would see the stats, what would you analyze, or what is your perception about seeing this graph?
So when you
Compared to
compare,
manual testing and
One after
automations.
that. Yeah, go ahead, Sharon.
compared to manual testing in different stages of the QA testing, for a project or for a specific application, compared to manual testing, the number of hours taken to complete the um, automation testing is far less. It's like if you look at the full regression, it's almost like maybe 1/10 of the number of hours taken to complete the automation testing for the full regression of the regression testing of the application, rather than doing it manually. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at it, it's just like for any kind of test, it's almost like 10 times the effort that is required to complete manual testing when you compare
Mm.
it against the automation testing.
Correct. Like in manual testing, why it takes time? It's not about executing the test cases. You have to give a detailed documentation of how you have executed the test cases. You have to submit the evidences using the Word. You have to give the screenshots properly and all the stuff, right? Yes or no, Charan?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about others? Archit, Prasanna, Sabha, Kavita, anyone else?
Sure, but manual testing, manual versus automation testing. Can you say that there uh, uh, um, certain test cases uh, are specifically designed only in test ng, or like test ng or something like that, or would Tosca, difference between Tosca automation and Selenium automation, what would be the main difference there?
No. I'm talking an automation on general. I'm not specific about TestNG or Tosca or Cypress, nothing
Oh,
like that.
okay,
Automation
okay.
in general, because before
Mm.
diving into the Selenium Java course regarding the course, first I have to give you a case study of how automation is important, why it is important, what are the advantages. First, I have to go through the briefing of automation, then only I can jump into the main topic, right?
Oh, fantastic, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Anyone would like to have the say on this? Manogna, Sabha.
What is the question?
What you are trying to infer from this graph?
It seems like automation testing takes less time, and
Mm-hmm.
manual testing takes more efforts to complete the test part.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yes, Sabha, go ahead. Yeah, Suresh, sorry.
Yeah, and also I feel that the coverage won't be much, because automation we go only when the application is stable. When the application is
Mm-hmm.
not stable, you go for automation straight away. So initially we
Mm.
record manual testing. Once the application is
Mm.
stable only, we can go for automation. So anyhow manual testing will be there. So but in terms of once the application is stable and we don't need any manual testers, we can do with a single automation tester.
Correct, exactly, Suresh. Because in the initial stages of regression testing, you will be given ample amount of time to test your application. But as
Yeah.
the builds progress, you'll not be given that much of time to execute your test cases or document the evidences that well, right? As a manual tester, as the builds tend to increase, we make a lot of mistakes. We might make our misses also, right? Like every build, you
And
have a new set of.
also, yeah, and also as part of my experience, right, we have the automation testing, and I also worked in automation team, but
Hmm.
nothing, no team has achieved 100% success rate using automation tool. So anyways,
Definitely.
Yeah, if you run the test scripts 10 times, the script will pass only one time. So the people will keep on running the test cases or 10 or 20 times each day, and they will try to make the script stable. But when the build comes, the script will fail automatically due to environmental issues. So
Yes, yes. So,
whatever the program language you use, or whatever the latest technology we use also, right? Automation we can't use effectively, I feel.
okay, Suresh. So I would like to just give a small example of what we have worked in the current, what we are working in the current company. So actually, in our company, we have a set of regression cases, like around 6,000 regression cases for a project. In that, we have automated around 3,000 plus test cases for automation testing. So once we have automated for 3,000 plus cases, the project has been gone live for past 2.5 years, and we are continuously executing those 3,000 plus regression cases continuously. And yes, granted that there are some failures, but those failures are not from the applications, not from the scripter side. It's purely from the application side. We ask them to fix in that bill, then we get the latest fix, then the code keeps on running, and again there are some small fixes from the application. For that, we inform the developers, and developers will fix that. It's all about, Suresh, we need to have a right set of automation engineers to write the script. We need to have a person who is very good with XPaths, locators. We should write our locators in a very smart way so that you'll have not work on those issues again and again, Suresh. So during our course, we'll be covering all those different kinds of things so that you'll understand how do you write efficient locators, efficient scripting, robust scripting, and all the stuff, Suresh. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like you will be teaching about each part, right? Like frames, windows, multiple windows
Yes,
handling,
yes,
and
yes, yes,
yeah, each and everything will. If the example will be showing, right? Like in the
yes,
framework.
yes, yes. With example, we are not showing any theories. Whatever the
Yeah.
concept is there, I'll tell the concept and I'll showcase you the concept.
Okay, with the framework, like how you are implementing it, or
First
like
as a
how.
sample, like first as a concept, then I'll put it in a framework so that you'll understand how the things are going, right? If I directly
Yeah,
put
yeah, I
into
got it,
framework
got it. Okay, okay,
like that, Suresh. Yeah.
sure, sure.
Thank you, Suresh. Yes, Abha, go ahead. You are trying to speak.
Yeah, I guess everyone has covered in a best way. I wanted to
Mm.
say the same thing. I think it's better that when we have a large set of test cases, then automate them and to get the most benefit out of it. I think that's the
Mm.
right time.
Yes, correct, Sabha. Sabha, sorry, correct, Sabha. I'm sorry. Okay. So these are the top five important points for every one of us to remember. Suresh has already said one point. 100% automation is not at all achievable. Even if you go for an interview and if the interviewer says 100% automation is achievable, it's still possible. You're lacking the knowledge. Tell them confidently that 100% automation is never ever possible. The maximum you can automate is 85%. The max to max, considering that you have the greatest automation resource in your team, max to max you can automate 85% of the test cases. First thing, don't automate a mess. Since they have given you an automation project, don't create a mess of the project. Don't create a mess in your coding. Follow some standards. Follow a process while writing a code. If you follow a process, your team members can understand and then can follow the same pattern again. So avoid complex logic in your scripts. That means what? Avoid unnecessary logic in your scripts. If that logic is required for the test case, then write it. Don't write it for the sake of show off. Write the logic that is essential for the test case. Okay. Beware of automation engineers who don't understand testing. First of all, if you want to enter into test automation, you need to have some basic idea of what is testing, like smoke test, regression test, water life cycle, agile cycle, and all the stuff. First, you need to have a basic idea of what are the different nuances of testing processes. And also remember this thing, in most of the organizations wherever you work, they say like scripts, in Hindi they say like scripts aise hi ban jata hai, like scripts that developed in a flash, like in a magical way. No, test automation is also a software development process where we need some time to prepare the scripts, where we need some time to nurture the scripts, help it understand what are the different kinds of scenarios that you are undergoing in our application. Remember, guys, test automation scripting is not magical, like as if when we get the application doesn't get prepared in a like 2 hours or 1 hour or in minutes. It's a process. We need to follow a process and to develop the scripts. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Any doubts, anyone?
Uh, Not doubts, but I have just one question. That
Go ahead.
usually companies they want to like they are more into automation, and then they say that we can replace the manual testers with the automated one. So if you are saying
Uh,
that it's not possible to 100% automate everything, then what will be the scenario in this case? Why
See, as a
the person?
I'll tell you the scenario, Sabha. Initially, you have a project. Initially, you got a project where you have written, suppose 2000 test cases, Sabha, right? Sabha, the answer
Yes.
is for you. I just want you to be there.
Yes.
So, initially, you will be given 10 members of QA team for the project, right? Initially,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be having 10
Mm-hmm.
members of QA team for the project. Later, what
Mm-hmm.
happens as the releases, as the releases increase, and once the project is gone live, you'll not have 10 members for that project, right? You'll have hardly have 2 members to maintain that project. Yes or no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yes. Right.
in that situation, not the, I mean, those 2 members won't sit in front of the system and execute those 2000 test cases, right?
Yes.
So what will happen instead, like since 100% automation is not possible, out of 2000, suppose 1500 cases are automatable, remaining 500 cases they will manual team will execute, and remaining 1500 cases the script will take care of it and give us the reports. So it's
Yes.
time saving, effort saving, money saving, because after the application is gone live, you'll not have that much of budgets from the client where he can spend the money on 10 different resources in the QA team, right?
Yes.
Obviously the team
Correct.
size reduces. Got it?
Yes. Got it.
Initially, you may feel like automation is like a burden, but as the project approaches to the go live, or as the project approaches nearby, that time you need the support of automation testing, because not all the members will be focusing on manual testing, not all the members will be dedicatedly doing the testing process, right?
Yes. Right.
To avoid human errors, to save time and effort, we require automation testing. Got
Yes.
it?
That's true. Yeah.
I hope I answered your question.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, anyone else has any questions or doubts? Anyone else? Bhanupriya, Deepika, Prashant, Kavita, Manognya. If you are hesitant to talk, you can type it in the chat window. I'll answer the question. So if you see this graph, as Sabha has mentioned, initially automation testing is not viable process. It will cost us a lot of efforts are spent. Yes, initially there'll be a lot of effort spent on automation testing, but as you see the graph, gradually the more efforts are spent, the more cost is spent on manual testing process, because what happens as the project approaches live, they try to deploy more senior members into the team so that they know how the application is working. They'll help us interact with the customer pretty well. So you tend to add more resources to the project as the project is going live, so that the product comes out to be better. The product will have better quality. But actually, as you progress, the cost spent on automation is effectively the same throughout the project life cycle. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Archit, Prashant, Kavita, Manognya, clear?
Yes.
So why are we discussing all this stuff which is not related to us the course? It might not be related for us, but as an experienced project manager from a company standpoint of view, they consider all these factors before hiring you. So you should also know why automation testing is important, why the companies are focusing this much, because it's cost effective, cost saving. It's a simple reason. So that is what I was trying to explain. Let us go through the course plan first before jumping into the any topics or contents. So first we'll be discussing what is testing and test automation. So that is the first topic we have discussed today. What is testing and what is test automation? Then we'll be going through the SDLC lifecycle with respect to test automation. How the software development lifecycle changes when the test automation comes into picture. And we have discussed this point. What is the importance of test automation along with different factors of testing, case studies and facts. With different facts and with different case studies, we try to understand how test automation is important, how effective it is during the product testing and stuff. Amongst all the automation tools in the market, why Selenium is being used and what are the pros and cons of it compared to other tools. So just let me discuss this point before we go through the course plan. So, so what are the tools present in the market? Selenium, popular automation tools, Cypress, Tosca, Playwright. Yeah, come on guys, mention your favorite automation tools here.
UFT, RFT, QTP.
Yeah, UFT and QTP are one and the same. They
Yeah. Well, there is IBM Rational Manager, I think. Rational
maybe
something.
rational manager. Yeah, automate anywhere, automation anywhere.
Uh,
Sorry.
Postman, SOAP UI.
Postman is something else. That is API testing. That doesn't come under
Okay.
automation.
Okay.
APM.
APM is something else. That is mobile automation testing. That's a byproduct of Selenium. Okay, let's stick to this 8 tools for now. Seven
Catalan
tools, sorry.
Studio.
Yeah, my bad. Catalan Studio. Okay, so let's see. This is a paid tool. Paid tool. Paid tool. So these 3 tools are overruled. Paid tools. Do you think all companies are in a position to afford all these paid tools, guys?
No.
Mm.
Because if you take MNCs, yes, they are in a position to afford all these tools. But considering that 80% of the software companies are middle size or startup companies, do you think they are in a position to afford all these tools? That too for testing? No, right? Catalan Studio, I would say it's partially paid and partially free. Like if you take a paid tool, then you'll have some additional features which helps us ease the testing process. And the free features, I don't know, like it's not that great, Catalan Studio. Now we have 3 tools in picture. What are the 3 tools in picture? Selenium, Cypress, Playwright, right? Cypress and Playwright are open source software. Yeah, works in Chrome only. Generally, they say it supports Firefox, but as per my observation, it works properly in Chrome only. Yeah, supports JS and TypeScript languages. Works in Windows operating systems. Yeah, got it, guys. Windows switching and handling is a bit tedious task since we need to work on Visual Studio, which is one of the heavy softwares to download and install. Got it, guys? Is it clear, guys? Is it clear, guys? What does Cypress and Playwright do?
Yes.
Yes.
Got it? Sometimes I would like to say it is not flexible to the script writers. Whereas coming to Selenium, let's discuss the pros. It works in various operating systems such as Chrome, Firefox, Safari,
Edge.
etc. Hmm? Sorry, I couldn't get your point.
Edge.
Yeah.
But sir, whether if it's a web driver or like a rational pro, like a full suite, can is there a difference? No, right? Or can you say that like if I'm going to automate test on a mainframe like a public utility like electric system something like that, then can you do that? Like for example, if a stress test or a load test automation load test on whether like the power
One
electricity.
moment, one moment. Tejas, just a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, Tejas, go ahead. I'm so sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead.
Oh, no worries, sir. Thank you. Sir, if you were to automate a test environment, something like stress test on mainframe, then how would that function? Can you
Uh,
automate a test?
I'm so sorry, but I'm not the right person for the mainframes. We are just discussing more on the website part of the testing here. So
Oh,
yeah,
cool. Yeah,
focus
yeah.
more on
No,
website
no,
and
that
backend
works.
part of it.
That works as well. Yeah. Yeah, like the more web or like web testing, like through XML,
Mm,
any type of interfaces that work well with either the middle layer, like for example, from a data testing, if you have intense data warehouse requirements, then what do you do? Like, how do you automate a test to see if a column fails or or a certain SQL script fails? Then what happens, right? Something like that.
yes, yes. See, as a tester point of view, we are here to report
Mm-hmm.
the issues only. Where it
Mm-hmm.
comes, which script fails,
Mm-hmm.
we don't have that issue because once we run the test
Uh-huh.
cases, it throws an error. We are here to just project that error to the dev team. How they fix it, how do they do it is
Okay.
up to them.
Oh, really? Okay, but it's really the but then how do you script a test case? Can you say a test case can be positive, negative testing, or can you
Yeah,
say
both
that
positive
like
negative testing can be done. Both positive negative testing can be done. That is not a problem. But the thing is, what are the scenarios you're trying to cover? And if any error
yeah,
occurs, we are here to capture the error and share that
yeah,
report to the respective developers and respective stakeholders. That is what we are primarily focused on. And if they say
mm-hmm,
like, okay,
mm-hmm,
when this issue
mm-hmm.
occurs, you just need to make a small update query or just need to delete some records on that fly. Yes, on special request, we would do that.
Okay, okay. Only on special requests
Yes,
you could do that even in the
yes,
testing. So
yes.
that's
Yeah,
amazing.
why?
Thank
Because
you
this is
so much.
something, yeah,
Uh,
because we are touching some backend services which are not, as a tester, we are not supposed to alter it. But on special
oh,
approval from dev team or the managers, if
uh,
they say, okay, you are okay to change all this, yes, then we'll write a script to alter the database and something like that.
oh, amazing. Uh, Thank you, sir. So then, that makes a lot of sense. Even the scripting can be test case scripting can be automated,
Mm.
including altering tables and stuff like that.
No, yes, yes,
Thank.
yes. As of now, as a tester, we are here to test the application, find out all the issues and give it to them. And if they say like, okay, you can just change this way, that way, you do some
Uh,
changes. which
Uh-huh.
is in your hand. It's okay, fine.
Mm.
Let's
Okay.
try doing
Uh-huh.
that. That's it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Hmm. Code can be written in different programming languages like Java, JS, Python, Ruby, Perl, etc. It is one of the lightweight softwares which is easy to install. Supports cross-browser testing. Can anyone say what is cross-browser testing?
Like you can work in one and then test in another. So, for example, you can like cross-site scripting. You can type in one and test in another, or it'll come out in another, or it'll tell you the browser difference between Chrome and like, Explorer, like that, right, sir?
Yes, like how the same test case behaves in Chrome browser and how the same test case behaves in Firefox browser. Okay. Yeah, Kirti, go ahead.
Yeah. So just to test across multiple browsers is cross-browser
Hmm.
testing.
Yes. Supports parallel testing. What do you mean by parallel testing? In general, we execute the test cases one after the other. Suppose you have 10 test cases and I want to execute first set of 5 test cases simultaneously and rest remaining 5 test cases will be executed simultaneously. So that kind of parallel testing can be done with the help of Selenium. Okay. Flexible to use. Got it, guys? Got it, guys? And it's platform independent. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
No
Yes.
Yes.
dedicated support,
Yes.
no dedicated support team will be there. If we face any challenges, does not support audio video testing, fingerprint testing, does not support image processing kind of testing, OTP validations, yeah, does not have an inbuilt reporting mechanism. Okay, with the help of third party tools, we generate the reports. Does not have any direct integration with test management tools like Jira, Azure, Kestrel. Yeah, got it, guys? Got it, guys? Clear?
But sir, integration with test
Your
management
voice is
tools.
pretty low, Tejas.
Sounds, yeah,
Okay,
this
let
one,
me.
the
Uh,
third party tools generated the reports you said, right? The cons.
Yeah, like
But
extend reports like that we have to use to generate the reports because Selenium is not a tool that has a inbuilt reporting mechanism.
oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Tejas, go ahead.
Sir, which one is the most relative language that works? Like, is it Java or
Selenium with
Python,
Java is the popular.
or machine?
Selenium with Java is popular.
Haha. But no
What
machine
up?
learning language like TensorFlow or nothing.
No, 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 nothing like that.
Okay, amazing. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, who's next?
What about
Who's it?
Selenium
Some
with C sharp?
Selenium with C sharp is also. I mean, if you give me the if you ask me the rankings for Selenium with Java, then Selenium with C sharp, then Selenium with Python. These are the rankings I would like to say for in terms of job perspective or in terms of the company. Because again, C sharp means you need to have Visual Studio installed. That's one of the heaviest softwares. Again, Visual Studio 2 GB download, then it'll lock away a lot of C drive in your system. Whereas Java is a bit of a lightweight, right? And you can easily install in any client machine easily. Any if you work with any VDIs or any client machines, it's very easy to install Selenium with Java. Suresh, I hope you got my point.
Yes, yes, but many of them they have their own products, right? But they are using Microsoft, so they are using C sharp by default actually.
Yeah,
Selenium
yeah.
with C
See,
sharp.
even in my organization where I'm working currently, they are also
Mhm.
using they are also .NET and C hash developers, but still we are using Selenium with Java because it's easy for me to migrate the code in
Yeah,
our automation scripts are linked with Azure pipelines still.
correct, correct. So which one is more scope, Java or C sharp?
Java only because it's the ease of libraries, the ease of integration is pretty much easier, I feel, compared to C sharp. Because I also worked on C sharp, so that with that experience, I'm telling you.
Okay,
Because the range of libraries that Java provides, I feel sometimes C sharp might be lacking, is what I feel.
okay, okay. And also how
Okay.
they choose the automation tool, like based on the application, how the type, or like how they
Yes.
choose the tool.
Like based on the application product, like what kind of product are we doing with? How big is, I mean, what is the scale of the application? What kind of tool fits in? Like as I told you, paid tools are obviously outright removed. Now whether this tool is there, now this tool has to work with different browsers. In different browsers it has to behave the same. You need to have some flexibility for the script writer. If you use Cypress or if you use anything, how good it is fulfilling our requirements. At the end of the day, any the management, what it looks like is I have execute 100 test cases. If there are 20 failures, what are the exact reason for 20 failures? Which tool can be sufficient enough for me to give me that flexibility? You got my point, Suresh?
Yes, yes,
See, at the end of the day, you can do scripting in Cypress, you can do scripting in Playwright, you can do scripting in Selenium. But what is the flexibility that is giving to me as a script writer so that I can develop things, create things for myself as an organization? Because not every organization relies on the default reporting, right? Some organizations are pretty much adamant of having their own style of reporting, right?
yes, yes, correct.
If you say like that, Selenium is one of the best because it gives you the flexibility of creating your own stuff along with the default stuff.
Yeah.
So coming to the tools, we'll also be seeing what kind of tools that we need to install for automation testing. Then we'll be going through some GitHub concepts like what are the different Git commands that you need to know while working in a project, and how you use the same Git commands when you're using the tool called as IntelliJ. Because whenever we do any Java coding, these days they are looking out for candidates who are equally well knowledge with Eclipse as well as with IntelliJ. Okay. So then we go through the Java basics. What are the different concepts of Java? How do we create a class? The basic syntaxes, the different the different data types, looping statements, constructors, strings, arrays, exception handling, and whatever Java basics we learned, how do we integrate them during the Selenium scripting? That is what we are going to focus. First, we are going to the basics of Java, like strings, collection, what are the different types of string functions, what are the different sets of libraries that are present for strings. We'll be going through each and every concept in detail at first. Then later we will see how do we integrate all the stuff in the Selenium scripting. So what are the different types of collections and their usage? So what is exception handling? How it is important from automation perspective? How do we use a try catch block? How do we use a finally block? What is the difference between throws and throw method? So what are the different ways of writing the data to the file, reading the data from the file? How do we copy the files from one location to another location? What are the different functions that we need to know? How do we perform the inheritance concept? How do we cover, we'll be also showcasing you the different oops concepts that we have. What are the different oops concepts? How do we use it in the framework? How do we need to demonstrate in the framework in the real time from an interview standpoint of view, from a working standpoint of view? Then we'll see how do we set up a basic Selenium project, How do we set up a web driver and launch the application? What are the different tools present in Selenium? What are the different types of locators for searching the elements? What are the different types of XPaths that we have? What are the different wait times? How do we handle different kinds of pop-ups? How do we switch between windows and tabs? How do we handle frames and shadow frames? How do we download and upload the files? What are the different functions present in the actions class? Yeah. Then we'll also be covering TestNG and Cucumber concepts. So for the people who are listening to these words for the first time, yes, I mean, this looks like Greek and Latin in the initial phase, but don't worry, guys. We'll be going through each and every topic in a detail, with some live examples, so that you'll understand the concept more clearly. Yep. Then we'll be going through TestNG and Cucumber concepts. Then we'll be going through some Excel operations. How do we read the data from the Excel? How do we write the data to the Excel? We'll be also going through the properties files. We'll also be seeing how do we generate extend reports. We'll also be seeing how do we do some API automation testing. And also, like, I'm so sorry for the course plan is not yet updated here, but we are also covering the SQL DB concepts. And if time permits, we are also covering Mongo concepts also from the database standpoint of view. If time permits, we'll also cover Mongo database. But as part of the course, we are covering SQL database for understanding how do we perform database operations and how do we integrate with the Selenium script. After learning all those concepts, what we'll do? How do we build a framework from scratch, and what are the different types of framework that we have in the market? How do we use Excel in real time along with the usage of extend reports? How do we use IntelliJ? Because most of the people know how to use Eclipse, but in today's ask for automation testing in everyone's interview, how we are using IntelliJ? Because IntelliJ is some new tool in the market, and people are expecting the candidates to know IntelliJ pretty well because of the features that the tool provides, which you'll be knowing it later. Then we'll be seeing, if time permits, we'll be going through Allure reports. How do we execute the test cases in parallel? How do we go through the karate framework and JUnit testing, guys? So a lot of topics keep on adding as per the read, as per the need, as per the as per the requirement. Like some of our students, they say like in our company we have this sort of requirement. If it is a generic requirement, then we'll also add those topics during the due course of time so that it will be beneficial for everyone. Got it, guys?
That will be great. Thank you.
Yes. So this course is not not like other places where it's like fixated. We have to discuss this only. No, anything you feel like this topic is really essential for us to become an automation tester. Yes, pull that topic in. Let us see how it matches the generic need, the generic audience. Then we'll discuss those topics also. I hope I'm clear, everyone. Manoj?
Are you going to cover the CI/CD pipeline and all that?
Yes, Jenkins, only Jenkins. I forgot to
Jenkins, right?
mention that in here. So what I'll do is tonight I'll change I'll update the course plan so that you'll have the updated course plan in detail. We are covering Jenkins.
So we in this course we'll be mainly focusing on API automation or web
We are
automation.
focusing on Selenium. We are focusing on JDBC connection. We are focusing on API automation. Everything.
So you'll be explaining REST assured also, right? REST API, one
Yeah, rest
example of
assured API automation. Rest assured API
so
automation.
the complete flow. And then
Yeah, like complete flow. Like how to use could get put post delete using the API automation scripting with the sample free APIs that we have in the market.
okay.
What up? See, you know, right? API free, getting a free API is very difficult. So we'll have to see what is the right free API. Like have some free APIs with me. With that, we'll have the class. If you find some other website we have where we have some free APIs to do the API testing, yes, we'll also take those examples and we can continue in the class. Got it, Suresh?
Yeah, got it.
Hmm. Any doubts, any questions with respect to the course, with respect to the subject? You can ask me now, guys. Deepika,
Uh,
Kirti, Manoj. Yes, Abha.
are we going to have like a framework for this? Like,
Yes.
to
After
cover?
covering all the basics, then we'll go through the framework.
Okay.
First, you need to understand what is Java, what is Selenium, what are the different concepts. Then I can jump into the framework. That will be more easy for you. Prashant, yes, like we'll be also seeing how do we design a framework in real time. So we'll be taking a website and we'll be seeing how do you design the framework based on the website, and we'll showcase you. If you can understand the framework with the test case scenarios that we built in, then you can. It's like a real time project for you, because you'll be seeing how do you integrate reports, how do you integrate Excels, how do you integrate with database. These all things are required for a real time project. You'll be going through all this stuff. Got it? Anyone else would like to ask any questions, anything regarding the subject, anything else?
Sir, one question. The Selenium WebDriver, will we be doing practice in test ng?
We'll be doing in TestNG and Cucumber. If time permits, we are doing in JUnit also.
Oh wow. What is the difference between cucumber and other the
Um,
cucumber and
TestNG.
Jmeter?
So TestNG and JUnit may come under one sort of family. Cucumber is something else. See, Cucumber is
Oh,
something like if I give you a bland report, like if I execute a test case in TestNG or JUnit and give a bland report, would you understand what I'm doing inside it? No, right? If I write a
no, thank.
Cucumber, if I write a neat steps, like how do you write test steps as a manual tester? If I give the same report as per your test steps, would you enjoy viewing that report? Yes, right. That
Absolutely.
is why
Yeah.
Cucumber, this is where Cucumber comes into picture.
Okay, okay, okay. I see. So then the cucumber the applications for that are tremendous, right, sir?
Yeah, yeah, Cucumber is in great demand as of now, because getting a resource with great Cucumber knowledge is one of the great demands in the market.
Oh, good. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yes, anyone? Prasanna, Bhanupriya, Arshit, Manognya. Anyone else has any questions?
Sir, one last question. Um, do there will be job readiness with this, right, sir, with the course?
Could you repeat your question? I missed it.
Will there be job readiness? Will there be like
I
a
mean,
job ready?
once you do this course and along with your practice, by me teaching doesn't come. Along with your practice, you can be job ready. If you're not practicing and I'm teaching you some extraordinary stuff, it doesn't work out. With my
That
teaching, if everyone practices, then it will be job ready.
makes sense, sir.
Because I mean, I can't guarantee like you'll solve every problem, but you'll have the abilities to solve that problem. Bas.
Sounds good. The abilities to solve. But then, how what do you do uh, i- if the interview questions are based on like Selenium, or if you're not ready or something? Then how could you
Let's
uh,
let's go through the topics stages. Once you go through the topics, in the meanwhile, I'll also give you some interview questions, right? When I discuss
say
some topic, I'll also give you
yeah.
some interview questions, so you'll
Okay, okay.
understand more clearly what kind of question, how do they attack, how the thought process will be. You can see on those lines also.
I appreciate that, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Anything else? Any questions, guys? Still,
So,
yeah.
do we have any recordings for this? Like after completing the class, we will give any recordings or like how?
After every class is completed, we are giving you a recording
Okay.
along with the Git access. Like once we are in a project, then we'll also give you the Git access of the project that we are working on. Anything else? Anyone? Manognya?
One more question. And will you give any notes to us, or should we keep on
Oh,
writing
okay.
down
Actually,
important
since
parts?
this is the first class, there was a lot of oral. But in general, how the classes go is, I discuss an example. There, I'll write the comments, like how the code behaves, what does it do. I'll write the comments, and those comments will be pretty useful for you, like the comment and the example, that will be very useful for you.
Thank you.
Got it? Anyone else would like to ask or would like to speak anything else? We can close the session for the day.